Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both and a little bit of ADHD sprinkled on top with it. Hello, welcome back to more of that, or for the first time. Today we're going to talk about shame spirals. Shame is an important part of getting better. Apparently, I'll be honest. When I started going to therapy, you sort of have early breakthroughs. And one of those early breakthroughs, for me at least, was realizing what a horrible person I'd been. That was part of it. See, in my particular case, the thing with a lot of narcissism and indeed sort of BPD outbursts and that sort of thing, we don't always realize in the moment how horrible we're being. It takes us a while to do that. And sometimes we can just dismiss it altogether. You know, the various problems we have and that you may have with us and that sort of thing. There's nothing surprising there. But part of getting better is realizing you can't behave like that anymore and you mustn't. And then from that, you extrapolate all the harm and the pain that you caused when you were behaving like that. And then it all sort of falls down on you at once and you realize, oh God, what did I do? What was I like? All of this stuff, it's horrible. And yeah, you have to deal with it all at once. That was the hardest part of therapy for me. Talking about stuff I'd been through, whatever, for me that was fine. I've not been through some of the most traumatic stuff. I've heard some stories, I can tell you, but I'm not someone who's ever had that much trouble talking about his past, especially in a therapy setting, that's for sure. There's a lot I haven't told you guys, but in therapy, whatever, it's all up for grabs. I'm so used to just blurting it all out. I've been to that many therapists. I've told these stories 1,000 times, but for some people, that's hard. But for me, the hardest part was that shame, that guilt. Oh God, and trust me, I'd been a horrible person. Don't feel guilty about all of it. I'll be honest. Some of it I just absorbed, and it's like, well, I can live with that, and I can live with the fact that I can live with that. But that's not what we're here for. We'll deal with that stuff later. The shame of it and the guilt, really bad. That was the really painful stuff, the overwhelming thing. And if you're like me, if you've got BPD, MPD, some ADHD, chances are you've got similar things in your past, right? Maybe that's a thing putting you off therapy. I mean, I just said that's the hardest part of therapy, right? If anything's going to put you off something, it's the hardest part. Feeling all that shame and guilt, and maybe you know you've got some to come. I don't know, but feeling that is important. It's important. It's essential, in fact, because you've got to know what you did. You've got to know what you did so you don't do it anymore, so you don't do it again. We have to learn from our own history. We have to learn from history in general, but learning from our own history is extremely important, wouldn't you say? Like, if I can't learn from the things I did, what chance have I got of learning of things from other people? I don't know. You've got to look at this, and here's the difficult part, right? Sometimes to deal with it, you've just got to be cool with the fact that you did some awful stuff. You've just got to be cool with all the things you feel ashamed about. That's it. I don't know how to get you over it. You can't really. It's the past. It's happened. It's done. There's nothing anything can do to change that. So what are you going to do? How are you going to get over that? And look, this applies to other things. This works on different levels. I've used the most extreme one. Let's use something that I actually deal with every day, right? My ADHD bedtime resistance. Not trouble sleeping. No. Bedtime resistance. And people like to think, well, you need melatonin. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe my sleep circadian rhythms are are out of whack. At the moment, my bedtime is sort of 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's my sleep period. I get enough sleep, but I do it at weird hours. So what's stopping me going to bed? It's not trouble sleeping. I need to go to bed, and I accept going to bed. And for me, in my own experience, the thing that's stopping me going to bed is this guilt and shame of feeling like I didn't do enough today. I didn't do with today what I should have done. I've wasted time. I've wasted another day of my life. I've achieved nothing. And now I'm expected to go to bed. And even worse, I'm going to go to bed and then I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I bet you £1,000,000 I'm going to do the same thing again tomorrow. I don't want to do that. I already feel guilt and shame about tomorrow's guilt and shame. And I'm still dealing with today's guilt and shame because today was rubbish. How do you break out of that? 2 ways. First of all, you can have a day that you didn't feel was rubbish. That's the obvious way, isn't it? But it's not that easy. Because if we could do that, then we'd do that. But we need to be able to shift our sleep patterns to go to bed. And the only thing that's stopping me, again, not being able to sleep, it's my brain go, you shouldn't sleep. It's not time for sleep because look what you've not done. And I need to be able to say to my brain, yeah, sorry, but I'm cool with it. I'm going to sleep. I need to just be okay with that guilt and shame. I can't do anything about it. Today has happened and I did nothing or didn't do enough. This is the other problem. Trying to do something by doing something, can you do enough? That can run into problems, right? So if I don't believe I've done enough with my day, the obvious answer and thing to do is to do more with your day. But then we get the guilt and shame of, have I done enough? Is that enough? Have I done more? And then we can fall into obsession with like, I need to do even more. And I don't know. Sometimes it's easier to just sort of be okay with it. Sometimes it's easier to just let go and forgive yourself and go, yeah, I've got this thing that makes me do that and it's keeping me up at night. I should go to bed. And I know if I went to bed, I would sleep and I would get up in the morning and I would feel ready to do something with my day. And I know that I could do something with my day and then I'll sleep better tonight. And still knowing that, I have to fight that shame and guilt, that guilt spiral of not wanting to go to bed. I have to just be cool with it. I have to just be okay with it. I have to just say, yeah, I did that. Or I didn't do that. Whatever. You know? Because I never found another way around it. I don't know if there are any. It's a straightforward one though. But it's a lesson in self-forgiveness. A lot of this and getting better and your journey to normalcy. Sorry, I don't know if that's a good way to put it. Your journey to health is about letting go of the past, is about letting go of things that you wish were different. And we all have things we were different, especially in ways when we're talking about things we've done and ways we've behaved and all that sort of thing. We've all got things we wish were different in the past. You have to let go of that. It's hard. We BPD people, we overanalyze everything. There's a lot of us that overanalyze everything, right? That's not just BPD. You've got that on a whole list of things. I know there's a lot of hands just went up. I don't have BPD, but I overanalyze everything. I know that. I know. But same problem, right? I'm not trying to make this specific to one condition. I know this is a very common thing throughout quite a few. We just have to let it go and be okay with it. I feel like I'm getting into the hippie woo stuff. Just let it go. Look to the future. Look to what can be, not what was. Because what was sucked. Did. And we can make what will be, I've got something in mind. We can make what will be better. But not if we're still stuck in the past. You have to let it go. Go on a spirit quest and let me know how that works out for you. I think that's the best way of doing things. Thank you for listening to me today. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it because I took the time to plug the lights in and everything. And it means a lot to me that you did that. I would love to hear from you if you would like to write a comment beneath here where it is, or to the side, one of the sides, probably this side. If you would like to do that, that's great. I love hearing from you, and hit the like button if you made it this far. Be one of those people. Don't feel shame and guilt about not hitting like on my videos and leaving a comment. And then try not to feel shame and guilt about not going over to patreon.com/earlymorningbarking and supporting my channel and me. Show your appreciation in that. It's less than a coffee. You're not even buying me a coffee, right? I meant to price it like this is like buying me a coffee, but the price of coffee is far higher than I thought it was. So I appreciate it. I appreciate your help. You're good people. I make videos for you over there. And soon, I want there to be enough of you to do like live shows and live Q&As and that sort of thing. I want to do special live things on Patreon, but I need you to go over there first. Because I can't do it for 4 people. That doesn't work. You've got to. You might as well like just do a video chat then. At that point, it's weird with 4 people. Honestly, concerts are better with more people, and that's what it is. Thank you for listening. You forgot to turn me off, didn't you? Bless you. Anyway, you take care. I'll see you later. Bye bye.